Hey everybody, it's Gail. This is try number 8 to get this video made. It's been kind of a day. I actually had it on try number 7, but then when I was playing it back, I don't think I had my mic plugged into my computer correctly because it was picking up that sound of my computer fan, which it does only when it's on the like the in-computer microphone, so that sucks. Anyway, hi. I'm here today to show you these. And what these are knee warmers. Or as they were known in the 1912 edition of the Priscilla Wool Crochet book, knee caps, which I think is kind of cute because they are little hats for your knees. So what these are a fingering weight project done in back loop and front loop single crochet with a 3.5 millimeter hook, and the original pattern from either 1908 or 1912, and I'll go into a little bit of history there in a minute, calls for 100% wool. So I made a set of these out of Cascade 220 fingering, which is 100% wool, and then I made this set that I have now out of Knit Picks Chroma, which is wool and I think viscose or nylon. Like, it's got a fabric in it to help it stretch just a little bit and help it kind of take its shape back a little bit. So these are built to the original specifications, and they fit over my knee, but it's a bit snug. Actually, I wonder if I can get one on right now. Let's find out. And the reason I made them, first of all, was because I have creaky knees, and it's winter, and making these is actually what broke my effort to not crochet the last 2 weeks of 2022, because it got real fucking cold and my knees got real fucking sore, so made myself some kneecaps. And the thing about them is they are meant to be snug. Like, you should have to kind of work to get them on, in the sense that they're meant to kind of be fitted once they hit the spot they're supposed to be in. But let me show you here. Let me just bend this down. All right, there it is. Ooh, very sexy. So you can see how it stretches along the, I think you can see how it stretches. Hold on. There we go. You can kind of see how it stretches along the cap part of it, which, let me get this one in my hand here. So if you look at it, this is a terrible angle. Anyway, it's on. That's the important part. It ain't going anywhere. It's comfortable. Bring the camera back up so you can actually see what I'm doing. Ah! You know what? We're just going to keep going. It's been one of those days. I am just filming until I'm done. Anyway, hi. So the way that these work is they are made flat, and you do all of your increases and decreases in the spot where your knee is supposed to go. And if you look at them, you can see the triangular shape of that as it's working its way outward, and then you come around the other side and it tucks itself back in. So this is all back loop, and then the knee part is front loop, and what that does is create a couple of different ways for it to stretch over your knee so that you can get it seated. The original pattern can stretch to about 16 inches. I measured my thigh to be sure. But I really liked this, and I liked it so much that I sat down and wrote it up in modern terms so it would be faster to make. And then I went ahead and I put the modern version of the pattern on Ravelry. It's free. My Ravelry link is in the basement. I will also link you to an Etsy store, which is I think the one where I bought the entire book from. And it's a PDF of this book. If you don't know, Priscilla was a big name in, like, home prettying back in the day. Sewing, knitting, crochet, all that shit you did at home because you were a lady. And so there's a whole bunch of those old books out there, and a lot of them have been PDF'd and put on Etsy for sale. Or you can also check Antique Pattern Library, which I will link in the basement as well. Because they have several. I did double check them first, and they don't have the crochet wool book. So that is why you were getting the Etsy link. Anyway, I do want to say the other thing about this, just from like a cool neat sort of history perspective is if you, the reason I say it's from 1908 or 1912 is because the copy of the book that I have is from 1912, but it notes that it was first published in 1908, and it was revised in 1912 with more patterns. And I feel pretty confident in guessing that these kneecaps, knee warmers, you know, joint cozies, if you will, were probably in the 1908 version as well, because it strikes me as one of those just very standard, easy things you make for every person in the household, because the whole house is drafty, in the same way that you can find patterns kind of everywhere for like what we would now call wrist warmers or hand warmers, but they were under sleeves for ladies' gowns, and so you would have them on and have the pretty lace at the top there. These were probably generally intended for women, but I'm sure there were plenty of men who wore them as well. I have, that is a guess. Like, everybody gets cold, everybody's knees hurt when it's cold, or, okay, not everybody's knees hurt, but you know what I mean. So, who knows? I do think, by the way, I've seen some people talk about how these are great for older relatives or elderly people you know in other ways, because joints hurt when you're old. I am probably going to send a pair to my grandmother, although I'm probably going to have to make these smaller because she's a tiny little bird-boned person. I got a little bit of the other Irish in the family so that I'm a bit bulkier. But grandma's like one of those teeny tiny old ladies. But very good for that. Also just good if you've got if you need a little help keeping your joints insulated. The updated pattern that I did does include some sizing information to help you size up if you need to. I don't think I included size down because, these lie flat at about 4 inches, just like across. So like these would actually probably fit grandma, come to think of it. Not these, because I've stretched them over my own legs, but if I just made it. I'm rambling. It's been a very long day. I'm going to be quiet now so I can get this video slapped together and update the channel. It's all very, very professional. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, share. If you've ever made a set of these or have some other pattern that's sort of fallen out of fashion because of central heating and a better ability to insulate homes. Like, I'd love to know what you've done that is kind of not around anymore. Hot water bottle covers are another one I see a lot, which I love, although I never use the thing, but I like that they existed. So anyway, yeah, please like, subscribe, share, say hi, all of that fun stuff. I update when I update. There is no set schedule because then I would have to have a schedule. So I'm going to go and hopefully not to do this a 9th time tonight. I'll talk to you later.